But Dad, isn't it time for illegal ham interface? But bro, where's the banjo?
Some Cleveland sports shows try to give you hot takes, but only one can give you a big old piece of hot ham. Welcome to Illegal Ham to the Face. Talking all Cleveland sports. And don't forget our Fat Boy Tuesday, where we also ham it up with some fun food topics. Without further ado, let's serve up some ham. Here are the Hamm Boys. Fatty, Big Bri, and my cousin Vinny.
What is going on, everybody? I am that fat guy, Jared Fat Bates, and I am here on a very special day for Legal Ham to Face because we got giveaways going on today. So hopefully, if anybody's there in the comments, please let us know if we still sound good. We had a little audio issue on one side, but let me bring in the cohorts here. Let me bring in my big brother, Big Bri.
Hey, man.
What's going on?
What's up?
And my cousin Vinny, who is finishing up my cousin Vinny's word of the day as we speak.
Good morning, everybody.
There we go.
Hello, Vinny.
All right. So, gentlemen, we had a wonderful week coming back. We had a whole bunch of people chime out saying they're glad that we're back. A lot of retweets, a lot of views, a lot of everything else. But today is a very big day for us because when it comes to Big Bri's Turn It Trivia, we are giving away a $25 gift card. Now, the rules are, when I give the trivia question, okay, Bri, you will answer it later. Vinny and I will be here looking at the comments. If somebody answers correctly, we will write that name down. We will wait till you at the end of the show, and we will see if you get it right. If you get it wrong, that person, the very first person to answer it, gets a $25 gift card to Mr. B's. They're on 130th and 130th and Pearl. Is that Pearl?
Yeah, close enough.
Close enough. Nice tavern there. Great food. Great atmosphere.
Oh, yeah.
And if you get it though, we have some other gifts that we're going to give away. I got a couple rookie cards that I'm willing to part with that are numbered that I'm going to give away tonight. So I got a little JOK back there. I got a little Greg Newsome. I got a Demetric Felton rookie card that is numbered to 200. And I also have a Nick Chubb touchdown master that I am willing to get rid of tonight just so that we can give something away. So the best fat guys are live and in action. There's the juice. First off, I got to shout out those guys. They asked me to come on this weekend. I did an AFC North preview for them. And I'll tell you what, I miss those guys so much, Bri.
Yeah. We need a cheap ham party, number 4, I think we're up to.
Is it 4? I thought we rolled over because I thought it was it cheap ham or ham is cheap? And then we had a cheap ham. Then we had good Lord, we had another one. I can't even remember. We had so many cheap ham parties.
It's been a while.
It's been a while.
I tried to be a part of at least 2 of them so far.
Yeah.
So both of them ended up horrible for me because they were both from my house.
You just give it to me because I'm bald. No, Justin, I cannot just give it to you because you're bald. All right. Paulie is here. Paulie is hyping it up for us. And we are ready to go. Let's get into the rundown for our show today. Vinny, you ready to give the rundown real quick?
Yeah.
Caught you off guard with that one, didn't I?
You did.
Yeah.
I haven't done this one in a little while. So we're going to start off trivia time. We'll get to our shout outs, trivia time, word of the day. Looks like José on an epic tear. We're going to talk some Browns, free agencies, and free agents out there, I should say, and our top 3 for today. Should I announce the top 3?
Yeah.
All right. Top 3 is NIL deals.
Yes. Name, image, likeness deals. And if you could throw up there for Fat Boy Tuesday, because I think I might have deleted it. Vinny, hashtag Fat Boy Tuesday. We need a new banner. We are going to talk about the Arby's hamburger. Arby's has come out with a hamburger. And we're going to talk about some Memorial Day foods that we had over the weekend. I mean, it was Memorial Day. So as we get into here, let me get on to, while Vinny is typing that in for us, let me get into our, first off, our sponsor, Harold, Keel, and Lake Erie APA. Can't thank them enough. We do have some hats here. We will have some shirts to give away here a little bit later. They will be in a package a little bit later when we actually go out and do some live shows. We're trying to line up Gunselman's Tavern. We're trying to get into, and there's a couple other ones. Local Leprechaun, the local bar, and Hail Marys here in Westlake. So there's a few that we're trying to get into right now. So if anybody can help us get into those, that'd be amazing. Nick Wallace, what's up, fellas? What's going on, Nick?
What up, Nick?
But I wanted to start off the show real quick because our shout outs, normally we shout out a lot of things, but, yesterday was Memorial Day. And we shout out our troops constantly on this show. We thank our troops and all the families for their ultimate sacrifice for us. And I know it's a day late. I mean, we all have friends. We all have family. We all have, people that we just run into on the streets and friends of friends that lost their lives. And, it's a hard time, but, we thank those men, those women, especially those families that have to do an ultimate sacrifice for us to do what we do here, especially in America, to live free. And, like I say it, I had one of my friends from high school, Raymond Border, who died overseas. Bri, somebody that's died overseas. It's no fun, but that's why we have Memorial Day, to remember those people and the sacrifice they gave just for us to do what we do here. And I went out and I thanked a whole bunch of veterans I knew, Red Leg, Big Matt, and a few other ones for just doing what they do. It's not that often you find somebody that actually does that for you as a country and as a person. And it's, it means a lot to all of us here. We're all touched by the military, and we can't thank them enough for what they do for us. So if you guys want to say something, you're more welcome to. Brian, do you have anything?
Yeah, just to echo your thoughts. I mean, we're programmed. Hey, a 3-day weekend, great. Spend time with family. The weather's starting to get nice, but you kind of have to stop yourself to really think about what the day is for and what the day is about. And it's one of those things that no matter how much we try to appreciate them, it's never enough, and it's something that we take for granted from time to time. So it's nice to have a day to remember those. You mentioned your friend. I'll mention my friend from high school, Devin Grella, who was killed in action over in Iraq. And, definitely on Memorial Day, I'm thinking about him a lot, Veterans Day, and just whenever the topic comes up of bravery and of courage and of people willing to give it all to protect our freedom and like you said, so we can be free and so we can live the greatest life in the greatest country in the world. So definitely, take a moment. If people want to put up names of people that they've lost who have been killed in action, we'll try to acknowledge them. And, for the rest of our lives, they should be people that we owe a debt of gratitude to. So, yeah. So I echo your thoughts there. And, I'll pass it along to Vinny in case he wants to shout some people out.
Hey, I'm just gonna end up echoing you two, and I'll keep it real brief. Definitely. I guess I had a couple other little shout outs and stuff, but
we'll get into those here a little bit. Just for the show,
ahead and definitely
because for the show,
at
the end of every show, we want to thank our troops and first responders.
Absolutely.
And we do that every day. And Justin, I am not smoking the good stuff. What happened is today I had to spray some very nasty chemicals. So I had it was some fun stuff for me today, especially when it was 92 degrees outside, sitting on a 300-gallon diesel sprayer. So a lot of fumes. But Justin give a shout out to friend and former coworker who passed away yesterday. Definitely. I mean, and here we go, strippers. He's probably surrounded by strippers. Yeah. Thank you for making me scroll, Justin. Love it. Love every minute of this show. I love the group of guys we got in here. And Eric, yes, I definitely want to shout out the Cheap Seats Pod for having me on. Such great guys. Love them to death. Juice and Big Man were all fired up as they were. And I even got Juice more fired up when I told him that I thought Mason Rudolph was going to be the starting quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Whoever, I'm not scared of it. Whoever they got, you know, one of four dudes, throw them out there. We ain't afraid.
He goes, which one do you think is going to start? I'm like, oh, Mason Rudolph for sure. They're like, what? I'm like, no Trubisky. Like, no, Mason Rudolph. I think that's.
Wouldn't that be funny?
Oh, I know. So, all right, let's get into some fun shout outs. Got to shout out Toby, Miguel. Their cook-off's coming up here on the 18th. So they just announced their third annual cook-off. Also got to shout out Mr. B's. Mr. B's for hooking us up with a gift card so that we can give out to people. Thank you, Vic, and everybody there. You guys are great to us, and we can't thank you guys enough. Bri, do you have any other shout-outs?
Yeah. Let me just shout out. Spent the weekend with my family up in Geneva on the lake. And, you know, if you've never been there, I can't recommend it enough. It's kind of a fun space to be in. It's almost like Put-in-Bay, but it's maybe a little more family oriented with arcades and putt-putt golf. And it's right there on the lake. So they got a strip that's, you know, right there overlooking the water. It's pretty cool. And of course, they got all the great wineries up there. But we had a blast, me, my wife, my mom, my brother's family, and all his kids. So we had a lot of fun there. And I guess my second shout out will be to my wife, who celebrated her birthday on Sunday. And even though she spent it with my family, she was a trooper, and she had a great time. We had a great time this weekend. So living it up. That's what it's all about.
So how old is she again?
Yep, correct.
Yep. Okay. Just want to make sure.
Don't do it, Big Bri.
Just want to make sure. Just I messaged her, wish her a happy birthday also. But how old is she again?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You got that right.
Yep, I'm glad that's going on right now.
Forever 21.
Isn't that a clothing store?
No, I thought it was Forever 17. I don't know.
We're so old.
Sounds like a movie.
Is that a movie?
Oh.
17 Again, I think, was a movie.
Oh, that was definitely a movie.
Yeah. We gotta go there.
All right, but give your shout outs, bud.
Two quick shout outs. One to my brother-in-law, actually, Janos. This guy's freaking amazing. You know, he's got this new property actually now he bought next door to himself a while back. And we've been like fixing up this pool barn and stuff that he has over there. And just he's like, oh yeah, no, come on, let's just go ahead. We'll hang up some more slats and stuff. Taking down old ones. I'm like, I'm pouring sweat. I'm dying over here. And he's a complete workhorse. He's an iron worker and everything. Guy's absolutely amazing. And just, you know, got to give credit where credit's due. He's just constantly on the go and on the move. So huge shout out to him. You know, my wife is always on the go too, obviously, with the kids and me, you know, so huge shout out to her and my mother-in-law, because all four of us yesterday, we were out there, you know, on Memorial Day, taking care of the pool barn and stuff. And Ma was over. Yeah, no.
Oh yeah, you got a little son.
Oh,
yeah, he did.
You want to see? I got some redness over here.
Oh boy,
Yeah.
Did you go shirtless or did you go with a high top cutoff?
No, I just kind of passed out on the beach in a lawn chair, and before I knew it, it was like 3 hours later, and I'm fried. And I even put on sunscreen.
Hold on. Geneva and the lake. I take it was after wine tasting? Or did you
No,
before you passed
no, I was sober at that point.
Get out of here. There's no
It
way.
It was just a beautiful day. It was like 72 degrees, so it was perfect weather, and yeah, just relaxing, taking it all in.
There was no alcohol at all.
At that point, no. Correct. This was, I mean, it was like noon on a Saturday, or Sunday.
But it was
I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. I mean, if it was a Sunday in the fall, if you're not drunk by noon on a Sunday, you're doing something wrong.
That's true. That is true.
Yeah.
All right, Vinny, we are going to switch.
My other small shout out, sorry, is to Jaff out there. He's one of the leaders in a game that I happen to play.
Okay.
So I told him the next time, he goes, yeah, I listen to your show and stuff all the time. I was like, oh, no way. He goes, well, I'll make sure to shout you out. So to Jeff and RJT there. So,
all right.
There you go.
See, we're getting new people every day, Brian.
Cool.
He's overseas.
Hold on. Overseas.
Overseas. Yeah.
Like Germany?
Like we got guys everywhere.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah.
What kind of game is it?
I don't think we have. I won't say that.
Okay. Well, it's off air.
Oh yeah.
Air.
Oh yeah. Off air.
air.
Yeah.
Off
Yeah,
air.
we'll go over a lot more.
All right. Well, Vinny, we are going to do my cousin Vegas word of the day first before we get into our giveaway trivia with Bri. Is that okay?
Very good.
All right, let's do it. All right. So, Vinny, last week it was Flaggerlugan or Floggerlugan.
Galumph.
Galumph.
Yeah, we got that. We got Galumph.
All right.
you did.
What kind of diabolical plan you got for us today?
Well, that one kind of seemed a little too easy. So
Oh, good Lord.
we're
Great.
we'll have a little bit more fun with this one this week. Ready? Ephemeral.
What?
Ephemeral.
Sounds like 3 different words.
Right?
That sounds like an anxiety drug.
It might be. I don't know.
Or maybe a Jeff Foxworthy redneck dictionary word. Ephemeral corn over there. I don't know what to call that one.
All right.
I love it.
I'm going to go with Brian's definition.
Well, here's what definitions I have. And thank you so much, as always, to Merriam-Webster's dictionary, where I get my words from.
Jeez.
Is it A, calling to remembrance or mark it by ceremony or observation? B, trip that is paid for by someone else, like a promotional kind of type deal.
Okay.
C, lasting a very short time. Or D, to produce. How come I cannot read my own writing?
Oh, this is the greatest.
Wow.
To produce.
That one.
Produce.
I'm going to go with that one.
Yep, that one.
Oh, no. That's crazy.
Is it D? Just tell us. Maybe we go with 3.
Okay.
3 options.
I know where I messed up. To produce offspring.
To produce offspring.
It looks like to produce offsoring. And I'm like, no, that's not right. I couldn't think of offspring. So there we go.
I got to behave now. Mama's watching.
Ooh, even better.
Yeah. Not your mama.
Hi, Mama.
All right, Bri.
So,
We're getting ready. All right. So we got to save those till later. So
Yes.
you want to mark down the Justin's vote and your mom's vote? Uh-oh. Who's calling?
son of a, I don't know.
Should we bring them
Someone
on
from
air?
You want to?
I don't know.
Well, let's give it a shot. I mean,
Blind draw.
normally they're just spam callers, so
No, we'll give it a second. We got to wait for somebody that we know.
yeah.
We don't want to steal somebody's
I
bit.
wish.
All right. All right.
See what I do
We
to
are
these
going
people.
to get into our trivia, Bri. All right. You ready?
Let's do it.
All right. You forgot to click out the out. That's okay.
I wanted to take a look at the comment.
Oh, okay.
I couldn't find my way back in fast enough.
Well, that's fine. That's why we have fat fingers over here. All right. Our trivia is brought to you by Papa V and Curb Appeal. You can get a hold of Papa V at curbappeal419.com. All right. So the rules of trivia, people. All right. I will give the trivia question to Big Bri. All right. You have just a short amount of time to pick your answers. Now we're using the honor system here. No Google. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Honor system. If you get it correct and Big Bri does not get it correct, you get a $25 gift card to Mr. B's. If both of you give it correct, we have some other gifts that we're going to give away to you. And then and John Holmes is not it. All right, Justin. We're going down a dark, dark path today. All right, so Bri, your Browns trivia for today. 2002, the Cleveland Browns made the playoffs, correct? Correct.
Yep.
Correct. On that 2002 team, how many Pro Bowlers were on that 2002 team?
Okay.
Follow-up question.
Mm-hmm.
Bonus question.
Ooh.
How many Pro Bowlers were named from 1999 to 2006 for your Cleveland Browns?
99 to 2006.
Yes. So this will all coincide at the end. All right.
Okay.
All right. Well, Justin, you are not right. So I will repeat it throughout the show. So if anybody wants to get in on it, they're more welcome to. Okay. You're still not even close, Justin. Justin's just throwing out numbers now, just trying to win some money.
Yeah. We should limit it to 3 guesses or 2 guesses or something.
We'll go with 4 guesses because I like
4 guesses.
Yeah, why not?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yep. 4.
All right.
One for each.
Well,
of
he's
us
already
and a
got 2.
guess.
I at least want to give him 2 more just in case he really wants it.
Okay.
All right. Are you feeling good about this trivia question?
I think I do. I'd say 50%.
Well, a little 50-50 shot. All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Now,
Well,
the main prize is for the actual answer to the question, not necessarily the bonus question, right?
not the bonus question.
Right. Bonus question is just for fun.
Yes.
But
The bonus question kind of gave me maybe a little more confidence
Okay.
in my answer.
The second one was for the second part.
It was a bonus
of the
question.
question. Right. Yeah. Yeah. We understood.
Yeah.
that.
The first one is the one you have to come up with.
Mm-hmm.
How many Pro Bowlers were on the 2002 Cleveland Browns roster?
Oh, okay. That's his.
Yep.
actual guess then. So
Yeah. So,
we'll do that, and then bonus question.
and I will slap you if somebody gets it
Gotcha.
right. All right. So
All right.
we'll repeat this throughout the show.
Yeah.
We'll catch it on the back end. All right. Do you want to stick on with us? Talk a little, Jose, or you want to bounce out for a little bit?
You know what? I'll pop in if I got something to say.
All
Cool.
right. All right. Here we go.
Have fun, guys.
See, he even kicks himself out and everything. I don't
See
even have to do
that?
the sweet chin music or nothing. All right. Big Bri. Jose is on an epic tear. Right now, he is leading the majors in RBIs. I think it's at 50 now. He's got 50 RBIs at May 31st. It's a pretty good tear he's on right now. I don't know why they're still pitching to him because nobody else on the Indians can actually hit. Fran Mill has gone down to the injured list with a hamstring. It's a mental thing because he can't hit anything right now. We got a couple pitchers out, but so far we are still kind of hanging in You need to keep an eye on the comments over
I'm
here.
keeping a very
Okay.
close eye on the comments.
And because I'm not, I got to let you know if there's an answer. Okay, he's still not right. You get one more guess, Justin. So with this going on, we're still hovering around 500. Man, this is such a young team. It's just when they actually are on, and I just can't believe how this team is doing right now. I thought they were going to be in a dumpster because the only person they had is José, but they still keep hanging on. I mean, how do you feel about this Indians team? Well, Guardians. Sorry, I keep saying Indians. This Guardians team and how they can actually, one day they'll lose 2-1, which was the downfall. What was it? Detroit, they lost 2-1. And then they come back and went 9-2 or something like that the very next game. They're just so Jekyll and Hyde right now. But I mean, how do you feel? You're a so fan of the Guardians. I mean, would you go to the ballpark to watch this team play some baseball?
Yeah, I was just telling somebody today that that for me with the Guardians / Indians, it doesn't even really matter how the team is doing. Yeah, if they're really tearing it up, I might go to 1 or 2 extra games, but I'm kind of always like 2 to 3 type game per season that I would go to because it's just fun to go to the ballpark. It's fun to get out when the weather starts getting nice. You get a group of people together and maybe pick a Saturday game or a Friday game to go down for. So that's kind of where I'm at. That's my baseline. And then if they are really good or really entertaining, I'll probably go to a couple more, maybe a playoff game even or something. But yeah, like you said, I mean, all we really have is José, and it's taken a monumental performance from him for us to be just around 500. So I don't know what's going on with the pitching staff. That was always something that we can kind of count on. And Bieber, we certainly were hoping for more from him after his performance a couple years ago.
Yeah, he started to come around. He lost his velocity a little bit after being on the DL, but he is coming back and he's starting to get his velocity up. The only thing that's killing him with the pitching, Bri, is when they actually do have a stellar pitching performance, they can only score one. It's the Kluber effect. You remember the Kluber effect, where Kluber would go out, strike out 14, but they would still lose 2-1. Yeah. That's the kind of like you get a great pitching performance, but the offense isn't there. But the night that you don't need the offense, because it just magically shows up like whenever it wants to. But we do have a lot of young talent. There's, let's see here. The shortstop, you got Naylor, who's actually hitting well. Miles Straw. They were picking on the new kid called up. Did you hear what happened to him this past game? So he caught, was it Oscar? Is it Oscar Hernandez? I think it's Oscar Hernandez. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think that's who it was. Well, he was out in the outfield playing. He caught a ball. There's only 2 outs. He threw the ball into the stands.
Oh, boy.
Yep. And guess what? At first, they were like, you can't do that. Like that's just the bonehead play right there. He's still young. Like he's only 22 or something like that. They pulled him aside. Even they said José was giving a crap. He goes, no. He goes, that's the center fielder's fault because he didn't tell him how many outs there were. So
was there anybody on base?
There was nobody on base. They got out of that inning. But that guy that got the caught that he threw it in the stands, that guy that was supposedly out got to go to second base. That's the rule.
What?
It was ball in play. You threw it out. So
he caught it.
Yes.
He was ruled out, and then he threw it into the stands, and then they gave him second base?
Because that's technically like a ground rule double because the ball was still live. It's still a live ball.
No, he caught it, and then he should have been out right there. That's an out.
I understand that, but the rule is the guy took second base. Because I
what a joke.
But the ball was still in play. That's the thing. Because
no, but as soon as he catches the ball, he's out. Whatever he does after that, that's doesn't matter.
Oh,
I mean, I'm not arguing with you. I'm just saying that's a terrible rule.
But I totally agree. But at that point in time, you could drop a ball, and it just happens.
I would think it would be like football, as long as you've caught the ball and you put your feet up.
You catch the ball, you have it for a couple seconds, then you throw it in the stands. They're not going to say, nope, not a catch.
Now, you can still steal a base So if you had somebody steal, that means that the ball would still be in play. So I can understand where the rule would be. He's getting rid of the ball.
So I don't know if there was somebody
Yeah,
on
that's
first
weird.
base where he
Okay.
caught
Yeah,
it.
I understand that if
I
there's a
don't know.
runner on first.
So I'm just, hey, as a certain somebody on ESPN, I'm shooting from the hip, Bri.
I got you.
Shooting from the
Okay.
hip. Should have done my
Right.
homework, but you know,
Do you know if there was anybody else on base?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
So maybe there was a runner on first, and they gave that runner on first, second base, or something.
Yeah.
Big Man did not get it right. Running Bong Man is out of the running.
Yep.
Craig, what's going on? We will give the trivia question one more time before we finish up this Indians. In 2002, for your Cleveland Browns, how many Pro Bowlers on that playoff team were there? And then I gave Brian a little bonus question on the back end of it. So, all right. But no, can we actually just soak in the fact how good José is? Like,
Absolutely.
you sat there, you watch Lindor, you watch all these guys go. Yeah. And he actually wants to stay here. And he loves it here. He loves the team. He loves the front office. I understand that it's baseball, but that one guy actually staying kind of shakes the landscape, at least for here in Cleveland, because you actually do feel like somebody actually cares about where he wants to play baseball at instead of actually going for the cash.
Yeah, he's a unicorn. He's the best case scenario for the Guardians. I mean, he's what they hope and dream for, because 9 out of 10 guys are going to leave for the money. And so he's the one guy that stayed. And it has worked out for them because Lindor has been better as of late, but it's proven over time that José is just the better guy. So to get him at like a fraction of the price is what you have had to pay Lindor. I mean, everything's turning up green for the Guardians as far as José wanting to stay in his production on the field, because I mean, things get dark very, very quick if he's not on this team, and they would have a ton of scrutiny. We might be one of the worst teams in the league without him. So the Guardians better be thanking their lucky stars that he gave them a hometown discount. And, basically, I don't want to downplay what the other guys are doing, because they've had good stretches too, but it's almost like we're just a one-man team.
Yeah. And I heard Andre Knott today say that we are the youngest team in Major League Baseball right now. We have the youngest team in Major League Baseball right now.
That's the formula.
And the thing is, though, is they even said we are even younger than some of the AAA teams. Like, I mean, that's where we're at. I mean, that's
sure.
We have stockpiled. Like, they were talking today, like, who's going to be a shortstop in the future, because nobody kind of really knows yet. We got like 7 shortstops on this team right now. Like, throughout all the trades, all the moves that the Indians or the Guardians have done, the back end of it, they're starting to piece together another team. It's just, it's hard for us to root because we know where the payroll is. And it's like, just give us one person. Like, it doesn't have to be anything major, just one person, just something to get the fan base excited. Like, you could, we joke around about Jock Peterson, which we'll talk about the slap here a little bit later too, because I want to do a little national news segment on here, illegal hand to the face. But we could have got Jock Peterson for $7 million. You know what I mean? Like, now that's if he wanted to come here. That's also another big thing. But you start to look at some of these contracts, and it's like, okay, you could have just $7 million. Like, you couldn't have freed up that kind of money just for one person. Like, it catches me off guard. And I understand how they got to run the team. I understand they're now in a rebuild phase after their trips with the World Series, with their playoff trips that they had, because they did go all in for us there for a little bit. I mean, I know it didn't work out with Edwin. I know it didn't work out with a lot of things. I mean, we were right there. We've been a playoff team for past, 5 years? Now, playoff team and World Series contender, 2 different stories. But we've always been right there. It's just we need to find a way to get over that hump. And if it's one person, just to kind of steer us the right way, because the fans are still here for the Guardians, which people don't realize. The fans are still here. They still want to go watch baseball. If they didn't want to watch baseball, there wouldn't have been, what was it? I think it was like 15,000 there last night, or Memorial at 6:30 p.m. 15,000 were at the ballpark. That's the wind down of a holiday weekend. Everybody's got to go to work on Tuesday. I mean, are you expecting 15,000 there at 6:30 at night?
Yeah, but think about what you're saying. 15,000. What's that? That's less than 50% capacity. I mean, I understand in Cleveland that sounds like maybe a lot of people, but I don't think they can seat 43,000 anymore because they put in all the shipping containers up in the upper deck. But
yeah,
I mean, on a Memorial Day where everyone has the day off, I would think that people would be a little more excited about that. But I think fans are having a reality check. Like you said, they're younger than some AAA teams. So that should tell you where the Guardians management expects this team to be. They're not trying to really compete this year. If we do, great. They're going to be happy and they're going to look like geniuses. But I don't think they're going to be buyers at the trade deadline or anything like that. They are what they are. They're starting to ramp up for the next 2 or 3 years to hopefully be competitive at that point. And if that's sped up a little bit and we have some success this year, then great. But the Guardians are what they are. They're going to compete. Every 3 out of every 6 years, 4 out of every 7 years, and then they're going to have to take a couple years off and then start planning for their next big push to be contenders.
I am going to have to say kudos to you right now, Bri, because your camera has been stellar right now.
Good.
I don't know what it is. Like, you have changed some. What did you change, Bri?
Nothing. Honestly, nothing.
Because it looks great right now.
Yeah, I don't know what the deal. Oh, you know what? I did but this was like a couple months ago. I took your advice and I got one of those Wi-Fi extenders.
That a boy.
But that was a couple months ago, and I feel like I was having some bad feeds since then. But I don't know. Maybe the warmer weather has something to do with it.
Right.
Maybe Armstrong here in Medina has just upped their quality. I don't know.
Yeah, that's okay. By the way, Craig and Aaron, big man, you both have it wrong. We will keep going on the trivia. By the way, the trivia for a $25 gift card to Mr. B's is, how many Pro Bowlers were there on the 2002 Cleveland Browns playoff team? All right.
Has anyone gotten it right yet?
Nope.
Really?
Nobody's got it right yet. So,
okay,
we will move on to our Cleveland Browns. I'll get it, Vinny. You're going to get there before me, aren't you? You son of a. All right. Vinny got there before me. Fat fingers. Browns resigned David Njoku. 4 years. I think it's 56 and some change. And a $28 million signing bonus. Brian, how do you feel about Njoku sticking around here for another 4 years?
Yeah. I mean, as a fan, you probably have mixed emotions. It's not your money. So as far as that aspect goes, you shouldn't be too concerned with it. But at the same time, the NFL has a salary cap. So you spending $14 million on a tight end who hasn't produced a whole lot and you're paying him like a top 5 guy, that's going to affect what you can do, in other areas. And I mean, we're not spending a whole lot of money on our wide receivers. So the Browns maybe thought that Njoku can be kind of that hybrid guy, like he was. Didn't he lead the team in receiving yards last year?
Yes.
So maybe he can be that hybrid tight end, and with a better quarterback, maybe he produces more because he is a physical freak and he is a tremendous athlete. So I think the Browns are this puts the pressure on Njoku. The Browns are expecting a lot from him, given him that kind of money. They gave similar money to Austin Hooper, and he did not produce. And
a lot of people call it the human traffic code There were some other ones that were out there.
Hooper, the human traffic cone.
Yeah, because he could catch it, just stay right where he was at.
Yeah, and I think it's another very risky deal. Like with the Hooper. Hooper had one good year with Atlanta. It was his contract year. He had Matt Ryan throwing him the ball. It was a very pass-friendly offense, and you liked his production there. You liked the fact that he could also be a blocker, and it's just hard to really put into stats, the effect that a tight end has on the run game. So maybe he had a tremendous success as a blocker. We don't know because you can't put that into numbers. So yeah, I think Njoku is going to be more of a guy who's going to be catching the ball, stretching the field in the middle, and making the safe catches. But that's the thing. He still has drop issues. He's not that sure-handed guy in the middle of the field that you can go to on 3rd and 4 and just throw it to him and know you're going to get the first down. So it's definitely a risky deal, and I think the Browns probably don't make this deal if they still have Jarvis Landry and Odell Beckham.
You see it?
But you have Amari Cooper, and you have a bunch of question marks at wide receiver. So you need some continuity there. You need a guy who's familiar with the offense, and you need a guy that can hopefully make some big plays for you, regardless of his position, tight end or wide receiver. So I think that's why he got this deal.
Yeah, and this is also the first time that the Browns front office has done you haven't really proven it to me yet, but this is where we see you. And it's like they're trying to get in front of the ball, because if he would have played out this franchise tag year, let's just say he balled out, he could have gone anywhere he wanted to go. Unless they wanted to franchise tag him again, that was just going to be a crap ton of money that they're going to have to pay him. And then oh, wow. Okay. Well, that explains a lot too. I mean, also, he's on his second contract right now. And I have Vinny look up. He's 25 years old.
Right. Just very young coming into the league.
He's 25 years old, getting ready to go into his second contract. Most people are still in their first contract at 25 years old. So for him to actually be in an organization now for this would be his fifth year, sixth year, some of that nature.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, they like him. Obviously, they think there's something special about him. Now, granted, top 5 tight end money, we don't know, but the potential's there. We all see the potential, but he's never had a legit chance at a number 1 spot as a tight end. The first time he got hurt, had his wrist hurt, everything. The second time, ankle. Third time, Austin Hooper comes in, takes his snaps. Bryant comes in. For this kid to go from wanting the hell out of Cleveland and even saying so, I'm going to be traded, get me out of here, I don't want any part of this, for him to turn around and actually stick it out with Cleveland for the contract he did, and I guess behind the scenes, for what everybody is talking about, he is a stellar teammate behind the scenes. He is just wants to work, wants to help out people. And I think the thing that helped him out the most is learning a little bit from Hooper, because he learned how to block. And you have to block in this system. And he gets a mean streak in him when he blocks. So I'm kind of excited that he is now going to be our number 1 tight end. And I think the way he's athletically built, I think he can actually, I picked him, even though that, the Cheap Seat Boys gave me a whole bunch of crap about it. I think he could actually be probably the AFC North Offensive Player of the Year if he gets off to a good start, because there's nobody that can really match up with him. I mean, he's 6'7". He's 260 pounds. He can jump through the roof. I mean, if you just that's Gronk style down in the red zone. All you got to do is throw it up at the uprights and just let him catch it.
Yeah. His body type is more like a wide receiver. I mean, he just happens to be like 6'5" or whatever he is. He's built differently than wide receivers, so that's why he plays tight end. But yeah, his blocking is going to have to get better. He's going to have to get more sure-handed. And I think as Browns fans, we can kind of all agree that he maybe was not deserving of this contract based on his past performance. They're paying him hoping that he takes that next step because, we've been saying it since he got drafted. He's a freak. He has everything that you could possibly ask for in a tight end, and he's going to create a bunch of matchup problems. But up to this point, whether it's because it's just been a crowded tight end room or whatever, he hasn't come through. He's come through in games, game here, game there. I think the Kansas City game in the playoffs a couple years ago, he was our leading receiver, and he made a couple big plays. And you just need to see that more consistently. And something that maybe concerns me a little bit is Deshaun Watson has never really utilized his tight ends. Now you can make the argument.
You could say that, but he also made Darren Fells look great. He also made somebody else.
Yeah, Darren Fells looked great. I mean, Darren Fells ever looked great in his career? I mean, he might have a touchdown here, a touchdown there, but for the most part, he's getting 20, 30 yards.
I was going to say, but he did it in Houston when he was there with Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, I mean, Deshaun Watson throws for 4,800 yards. The tight end's bound to get some of that. And, I understand we don't have a DeAndre Hopkins here in Cleveland, so the ball's going to be spread around a little more. But yeah, I mean, until you see him relying on his tight end more and targeting his tight end, which he probably will in Cleveland, because unless we see guys like Bell or Schwartz have a breakthrough season, or DPJ really take the next step, Njoku is going to be the second receiving option on this team. So the opportunity is there for him. It doesn't really matter because he's already gotten paid, but we need to see that production, because we saw with Austin Hooper, if he doesn't produce, I'm not sure the details on the contract, but if he doesn't produce, I mean, we could probably get rid of him in the next year or two. So I'm hoping that it's kind of like hey, we'll give you a 4-year contract, but if you're not producing, we might look to go in a different direction after a couple of years.
Yeah. And, okay. So Craig Foster is close to the answer, but it's still not the right answer.
Mm-hmm.
So I just want to throw that out there because you get one more chance, Craig. But yeah, I lost all train of thought because I saw the answer and yeah. But yeah, with Njoku, Brian, I think this kid's ceiling is so high still, his ceiling's so high still.
Yeah.
That I think they have to make this deal to kind of get in front of it just in case. Because if he does blow up, it's going to be like, oh, well, look at the Browns did. They actually got a good deal out of this. If he fails, well, we've been there before, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, if you're in a fantasy draft and you're looking for a breakout tight end, I think David Njoku is your guy, because they've invested a lot in him. He has a significant upgrade at the quarterback position, and he's going to be a priority option in this offense. So he needs to, let's just hope, knock on wood, that he can stay healthy, because if he can stay healthy and, he can have more sure hands, he's going to be a guy that we can count on it, and I think we'll see big things from. But he still has some red flags out there, and time will tell if this is a good deal or if we're just, blindsided, or we're just in awe of his physical abilities.
We'll see what happens down the road, but I mean, I think it's a good signing. I think it's, they have the money now. Why not do it now to see what happens? And then you can kind of piece in everything here a little bit later. Now, Brian, I have one here. Free agent wide receivers and defensive tackles still left. Craig, you're still not right. It is not that. 2002. So, is there any wide receivers or defensive tackles that are still out there that you think the Browns should take a swing at?
I mean, the name that keeps coming up, and I mean, forgive me if maybe I kind of was off the grid over the weekend, so I don't know what might have happened over the last few days. But Ndamukong Suh, is he still available?
I believe he's still available.
And I just saw that Tampa Bay signed Akeem Hicks from the Bears, so probably not going back to Tampa Bay. He's a guy that, like we've talked on this podcast in the past, that he's reliable. He's getting a little long in the tooth, but he still has some good years in him, and he still has a lot of production on the field. So he can give that defensive line the veteran leadership that we're kind of looking for, because we have a lot of young, talented guys, but we don't have that one guy that we can count on. And let's not forget, I'm not sure, I haven't looked lately, but Malik Jackson, I don't think he had a great year last year, but I don't think he did terrible. And he's familiar with this defensive scheme. So I feel like he's a guy that if everything else goes wrong, we can kind of fall back on him and bring him back in and hope that he can get in shape by the start of the season.
All right, we'll see what happens. Let's see here. I want to see Watson under center before I say upgrade the QB. When was the last time he took a snap? Well, actually, not too long ago, because he's been taking snaps here at OTAs. He's actually been throwing the ball. So, yes, on field, though, we'll see what happens. There's still a lot to go with that. Everybody's saying 10 games, 8 games, 6 games. Nobody knows what's happening. It's still up in the air. And you know something, until it happens, we're not touching it here. Because it's
with people who say that about Watson, well, he hasn't played a game in a couple of years. I mean, I kind of feel like, maybe that's an easy thing to say, but we saw it in the NBA with Klay Thompson. He missed 2 straight years, and then he comes back with terrible injuries. Now, Deshaun hasn't had any bad injuries like that. I feel like, the game changes a little bit year to year, but for the most part, he's not going to come in and throw 12 touchdowns and 19 interceptions or anything like that. I think he's going to be much closer to what he was a couple years ago, if not maybe a little more hungry. And I feel like we definitely have a top 10 quarterback now.
Well, we'll see once he starts to play, Bri. I mean,
time will tell. I mean, I don't have too many issues about that. I mean, my issues lie in other positions, but it'll take him some time. Game, 2 games, 3 games, whatever it may be. But eventually, I feel like he'll settle in.
Well, before we get into our Fat Boy Tuesday, and I'm sorry about the distraction. I got everybody saying stuff in here. Craig is very close. Big Man's close. Justin is not close. But here is the trivia question again. How many Pro Bowlers on the 2002 Cleveland Browns playoff team? Okay. They lost to the Pittsburgh Steelers, if you remember that one. Bri, do you remember that one?
Yep, Kelly Holcomb had a tremendous game. Dennis Northcutt, I think, muffed a punt. Or no, he dropped a wide open pass or something.
Is that the one where we lost to Maddox?
Yep, lost to Tommy Maddox. I feel like I saw it like 6 or 8 months ago, and I didn't realize how really so close we were to winning, because I think we lost by a couple, and we were making a drive at the end of the game, and a guy caught it, maybe Kevin Johnson, and he was reaching for the out of bounds, and he was like a couple feet short of getting the ball out of bounds and stopping the clock and giving us a potentially game-winning field goal. And that was a great game. We should have won. We were up like 13 or something with, I don't know, 7-10 minutes left in the fourth quarter, and just kind of blew it. But Kelly Holcomb played his heart out that game. I remember that.
Tommy Maddox. God, I hate Tommy Maddox. All right. Well, it's a lot better than or was it Rob Gronkowski? Gronkowski?
Yeah, Gronkowski.
Not Gronkowski. Gradkowski.
Oh, Gradkowski?
Bruce, there it is. Who was actually
Toledo boy.
Yeah, who's actually quarterback for the Browns too. All right. Yeah, no. All right, let's get into Fat Boy Tuesday real quick.
And now it's time for Fat Boy Tuesday.
All right. So He didn't do the hashtag fat with the 2 T's. I'll teach him here a little bit later.
Jeez.
It's okay because we have a hashtag Fat Boy Tuesday. Arby's has come out with hamburgers, Bri. Now, have you seen this?
I have seen this. Yep.
Have you had one yet?
I saw that you sent this out, on Sunday or something? So
Yes.
I made a point today of going and trying it out for a little recon.
All right. So, Bri, I have not had it yet. Vinny, have you had it yet?
I have not had it yet.
I
and
tried
live
to get
so
it
close
Sunday
one.
too, but all right. So, Bri, how is the hamburger from Arby's? Which one did you get?
Oh, you did.
I just got the standard deluxe or whatever they call it, standard cheeseburger with the fixins on it.
Was it a game changer?
Not a game changer. No, very good. You know,
It was a
high
good
quality, but yeah, I mean, it was a fast food burger. It was better than probably half of the other fast food burgers out there, but yeah, it was good. It was a good burger. Don't get me wrong. Everyone should try it, but you know, my socks weren't blown off or anything like that.
I was looking at some pictures, and pulling up some statistics from what I see of this thing. And it's 52% American. What is that? Wagyu beef, 48% traditional ground beef. So it's about a 6.4 ounce patty, which is what am I failing at now?
Oh,
bald man.
He said you failed at the Fat Boy Tuesday.
That's so it's quoted to be like 50% larger than a quarter pounder.
Yeah, that's true. It is, that's the one thing that maybe jumps out is, it looks like a burger, a good sized burger that you would put on the grill. It's not huge, but, from fast food places, we're so conditioned to going to McDonald's and getting something that's that thin, or, the Whopper is pretty thin too. It's a good sized burger. I'm surprised nobody has done anything like this before, just to make it a little thicker, like a barbecue burger that you throw on the grill. But it's good. Try it out. I recommend it. But don't get your hopes up too high.
I'm still getting my hopes up. I mean, it's a burger. It's a burger from Arby's. I gotta try it.
I might try it on the way home.
By all means.
So, all right, right? Better than Burger King.
Oh yeah, definitely.
McDonald's.
Yes.
Wendy's.
On par with Wendy's, probably.
So it's on par with Wendy's.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. All right. Well, if it's on par with Wendy's, that's got to be a pretty good burger.
Yeah, right. It is.
And by the way, Justin, let me you were close. It's a capital F for Fat Boy and a capital T for Tuesday. So I guess there's a Justin fail.
Close.
Justin fail. I mean, you messing with my boy, my cousin Vinny. You never know what happens when it comes off the back of a truck, bud. You might end up in concrete boots somewhere down along the Atlantic shore. Just saying.
That's a little far. I don't know. I'd
Lake
go
Erie?
Mississippi River.
Lake Erie.
Let them float downstream a little bit.
There. You're such a shit.
Down to the islands.
All right, let's get into our top three. You ready for another video fail? Are we ready for top three?
Yeah.
Well, what'd you guys do? Did you do anything special for Memorial Day?
I had to work all weekend, Bri, so I really didn't do anything special.
No grilling out?
No grilling out. I spent $10 at Pizza Hut and took care of myself. I got a bacon, pineapple, and jalapeno pizza, which was absolutely delicious, and I got free bed sticks. So can't go wrong with that. Vinny, what'd you do for Memorial Day?
For Memorial Day, we were out at my brother-in-law's
Sunday.
So
what'd you do Sunday at Ma's?
Actually, no. Sunday.
No, Sunday at Ma's?
Sunday, I had a lot of stuff to do at home. I was so busy with everything. I built the grill, got the pool up and running.
You built a grill?
Yeah.
Oh my Lord.
Yeah.
Your hands hurt?
Well, always. But
well,
that's
yeah.
just because I work hard.
What kind of grill?
Charcoal.
Oh,
charcoal
you got
grill.
see, there he is.
I didn't do propane.
He went straight charcoal, Bri.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I did last weekend. I built a We had to go all the way out to Sandusky to pick up a pellet grill / smoker. So I built that thing up last Sunday, and we used it one time. I don't think I maybe did it right, so I got some learning to do on it.
The only part that gave me any problem was getting the one pin put in and everything. Trying to there's like 6 different gears you could put it in, raise the flame up or down, and just getting that one pin in where the arm comes down on the right hand side of the grill for me where I was. So, but
Yeah,
but it wasn't anything difficult, just fun.
Mm-hmm.
Your mom said we grilled out on Saturday.
Yes.
Wow.
We talked about Memorial Day. We talked about Sunday, and I was getting to
Or Saturday. What'd you grill on Saturday?
Yeah, what'd you grill on Saturday?
So yeah, Ma did. We had skewers, chicken skewers, and meat skewers. They were wonderful. We had hamburgers and hot dogs. We had Mike's mom actually made cupcakes, so she brought cupcakes. Those were phenomenal too.
Mr.
Red velvets.
Wholesome?
Yes, sir.
Oh wow.
Yes. What else did we have? We had Mama's potato salad and macaroni, not macaroni salad. We had noodles, pasta salad. So noodle pasta salad.
Delicious.
So yeah,
Sounds great.
Beans there too. Sissy brought some stuff, rotel dip, and
you can't go wrong with the rotel dip.
there was so much food everywhere. So yeah, we even brought home a hefty plate, in which is gone now. I've left it. I ate the rest of that today.
Today or last night?
Nope, today.
That's the best thing about Memorial Day weekend. You got leftovers that you can go into Thursday or Tuesday and Wednesday, and heck yeah, I'm all about it.
Normally, that's when I get judged for eating the macaroni salad with a big spoon straight out of the Tupperware container. And
somebody's got to do it.
That's why I told my wife.
Got to get rid of it.
She goes, "Are you serious?" I'm like, "Yeah." She goes, "Well, somebody else wanted it. Obviously, they didn't, or they would have ate it already."
Yep.
So we had in Geneva, we had a feast for the ages, and I kind of felt a little bad because it was basically my dream feast, even though it was supposed to be like my wife's celebration dinner for her birthday. So a little guilty there, but it was delicious nonetheless. We had ribs, we had corn, we had cheesy potato casserole. We had 2 types of coleslaw. My mom made pepperoni rolls, which I've talked about on here in the past, which I haven't had for years and years. And so, I mean, I tried to have a couple beers after that, and it's just like, nope, not having them. Way too full from all that. And man, it was heaven. It was living life the way it should be lived. And we had a blast. So on top of that, we went to a couple different wineries and stuff, but that was kind of the highlight of the weekend.
Oh my Lord. You just made I knew I should have some. Okay. Kevin said the weekend we had a sketchy experience in DC and slept and then went to a parade. They are just now back from their honeymoon. They went to Disney for their honeymoon. So
that's what I was going to ask. Yeah. Awesome.
So there's a picture of them with the one of the candy stores with the baseball players. Everybody dresses up like baseball players. So they got a picture of all of them.
Cool.
It looks like they had a great time. So I'm glad they're back. I got to pick his brain here a little bit later. No, Justin, there is no other way to eat mac salad, especially like that. I get a lot of judgment when I do, but I'm okay with that. I get judged anyway, so it is what it is. Like, and I don't even care like leftover burgers, stuff like that. I just see the big old tub of mac salad. I'm like, why not?
Nothing wrong with that.
All right, ready for our top 3 now?
Let's do it.
All right.
Here's our top 3.
All right. We don't have a sponsor for our top 3, but today our top 3 is Name image likeness deals that we would like to have. All right. So, Brian, you actually came up with this because the whole spat between Jimbo Fisher and Nick Saban and how people are just, you got the name, image, likeness. And if we were back in college, what would our deals be, correct?
Correct. Yep.
All right. So, since you're actually the one that came up with this, do you have your top 3 ready?
Yeah, pretty much for the most part. I mean, there's a couple, they're all similar. So you can go one way or the other. So yeah, I'll start. And I didn't really know how to attack it, whether I should go from me, college me, and when I'm 22, or me now at 37, but they're kind of pretty similar. So I'll go with my first brand that I would like to endorse and get all the perks from and free stuff is Anheuser-Busch. I mean, sue me, free beer for the rest of my life sounds pretty nice. Not having to worry about that at all. I know it's probably maybe not the most profitable one because there's only so much cheap beer that you can drink, but I'm good with that. So I'll make it up in my other 2. Number 2 would be some sort of airline. I was thinking like a NetJets, which I think is like a private jet that people can rent out, or if not that, maybe just get a Continental or a Delta, JetBlue, something like that, and just fly first class wherever I wanted to, for free. That kind of sound pretty appealing to me. And then my number 1 would be, if I'm going to be flying these places, I need a place to stay. So a Marriott hotel, there seems to be everywhere, or VRBO, Airbnb, something like that. I'm all about the experiences. And hey, if you want to go down to Miami, party it up this weekend, or you want to go to San Diego for a concert or something, you get a flight out there for free, and you get a place to stay for free, and you don't have to worry about it. So, I mean, those are the 2 main things that I'd love to have.
All right. Jeez, Brian. Wow, you just hit everything.
I mean, what's worse than, oh man, I got to find a hotel for this weekend that's a month away and there's nothing in the area. Never having to worry about that again, or trying to find a flight and booking it 6 months out. Otherwise, it's going to book up.
Wow,
no. Hey, I want to go here. I want to do this. I got a place to stay. I got a way to get there. Cool.
You went hard with this one. All right.
Yeah, I've been thinking about this. I mean, that's living the life to me right there. Go wherever you want. Stay as long as you want and don't pay $1.
Let me get Justin. He just chimed in. Said 3 Cadbury eggs, Reese cups. Yeah, went to Richwood. I can't spell. Boston Marathon. Think what jeez. Justin. All right. Here, Jose said comfort and free breakfast.
There you go. See, we're on the same page, me and Jose.
All right. So, Vinny, do you have your top 3?
I actually
do you want me to go first?
No idea.
Do you want me to go first?
Well, no. Okay. I mean, I kind of pictured it. I went on a lot smaller scale, though.
So
think big, Vinny. Don't be afraid to dream.
Oh no,
it's almost like going like this, like how they have the Priceline commercials. Just think of you as the Priceline guy.
Yeah, William Shatner.
Yeah,
right.
I'm envisioning Vinny as being like Rookies, Mr. B's, and Danny's Boys Pizza.
Well, no, that's me.
That's you.
More from childhood and stuff like that. Well, I guess in somewhat of today, Nintendo.
Oh yeah,
that would be huge, especially like the Zelda series and stuff like that, because I was always big into all the Zelda games. So that would be my number 3. My number 2, when I got out of the more Nintendo-ish game kind of phase, McDermott cues. That's what I always end up shooting with, is my McDermott cue, and pretty much all my tournaments. Other than that, it's my one Viking cue that I have, which doesn't come out too often.
No, and when it does, there's a lot of money involved.
No money at all.
No.
The last one is kind of my go-to drink of things, and that would be kind of Blue Moon. You know, they don't have Kentucky Bourbon Ale everywhere that I go, unfortunately. So I, would love to have my face on that and just drink that forever. But, Blue Moon's just about everywhere where I go to. And, it's always a good one for me.
Very nice.
I am going to sound straight NASCAR hillbilly on mine. All right, so number 3, Denny's. Can't go wrong with Denny's. All right.
Okay.
Get a meal anytime you want to.
I agree.
Number 2, Super 8 Motel.
There you go.
One for you.
Keep it simple. They'll leave the light on for you, right?
That's Motel 6.
Oh, sorry.
No,
same thing. They'll clean the carpet for you.
Yeah, they're fine. And then number 1, Jack Daniels.
There you go.
Can't go wrong with Jack Daniels. I feel like a NASCAR driver. I feel like I should be at Talladega right now. I mean, I would love to be sponsored by Jack Daniels. They got some great barbecue sauce.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about Laughing Clown malt liquor?
That is only for Ricky Bobby, and I do not have 2 first names. I wish I did, but I don't.
Okay.
All right, let's get into closing out the trivia here. All right, so guys, last chance for trivia. All right, your 2002 playoff Cleveland Browns. All right, how many Pro Bowlers were on that team? All right, we have nobody in the comments. There's a couple that are close, but nobody has chimed in yet, so we're going to give them a little bit. All right, Bri. I mean, was this a good question? I thought it was.
Sure. Absolutely. Yeah.
I mean, we'll give them one more crack at it. If you guys want a crack at $25 gift card to Mr. B's, or if you should happen to tie Bri, we got some other cards to give away. Please, Justin, I'll let you have one more shot at it, even though you have 4 misses. You've been swinging this like crazy. He threw 69 out there.
Well, yeah. That's probably right.
It might be close. All right. Well, Bri, we're getting no more comments on it. So first off, let me get your answer and your reaction. All right. So 2002, Cleveland Browns playoff team. Okay. How many Pro Bowlers were on that team?
So I'll start with your bonus question because maybe I think they might be tied in together. And that's from 99 to 2006. How many Pro Bowlers have we had? And the only one I can come up with, and I'm thinking maybe Joe Thomas might have made it in 2007, so that's why you cut it off there. The only one that I'm coming up with in my head was Jameer Miller. And the problem that I'm having is, so I think we've just had one for that 7-year span. The problem with I'm having is, did he make it in 2002 or did he make it in like 2001 or maybe 2003? So my answer for 2002 is between 0 and 1. And you say nobody's gotten it right, so that kind of leans me towards 0. But I'm going to stick with my guns and say 1.
Bri, you are a savant, but you did not get that answer right.
It was 0.
2001, Jameer Miller made the
2001
on a 7-9 Browns team. 2002, he ended up on the IR, and there is 0 Pro Bowl.
Mm-hmm. See, I should have you were giving me those hints saying nobody's gotten it right yet, and I should have taken that hint that say, okay, well, it's probably a trick question and there weren't any.
There is 0 Pro Bowlers from the 2002 playoff team. Now, think about that, though. 1 Pro Bowler from 1999 to 2006.
So I got the bonus question correct.
Bonus question right.
I'll take that.
I get
Count that as a win.
So guess what, Bri? we have 2 more weeks until somebody can get a crack at $25 again, Brian.
Okay.
I mean, we've had a lot of people said 1 or 2. A lot of people were close. There was a lot of 1 or 2s, but that 2002, there was not one Pro Bowler on that team. They made it to the wild card. Crazy, right?
Yep. Yeah. But I mean, other than Jameer Miller, I can't think of like a standout player because I think Couch and Holcomb went back and forth that year.
Yeah, well, guess what? You actually got that guy right out of how many years? So, way to go, bud.
Take it. Moral victories.
Moral victories. You have not been stumped yet by the people in the chat. Justin 8. He said 13 was my answer for the bonus question. Oh boy.
We forget how, I mean, because we've been spoiled for the last 5 years with Nick Chubb and Myles Garrett and Denzel Ward. We forget how much of a drought there was, and it was like wandering through the Sahara Desert just to find one Pro Bowler for the first 7 years of the franchise.
Thank you for bringing that. Justin said he was going to say 0, but he didn't want to be negative. Like 1 and 31 wasn't negative for us.
Right.
You could have said 0; it would have been completely fine.
I'll be curious because I think we had some Pro Bowlers on during the 1 and 31 stretch. I think Garrett probably made it at least one of those times.
I will have to take a look. See, I don't know. That might be the next trivia question Fatty brings up.
Sure, I like that one. Good trivia.
All right. Let's get my cousin Vinny's word of the day.
Very good. We'll go back with the word again.
Ephemeral.
Ephemeral.
All right, let's quickly.
Ephemeral.
The kids
right.
the names are getting restless
That's
downstairs.
right. They sure are. So, is it A, a call to remembrance or mark by a ceremony or observation? B, a trip that is paid for by somebody else, like a promotion? C, lasting a very short time? Or D, to produce offspring?
I was going to go with D, but since you struggled with it, I think that eliminated it for me. So I'll say A.
Okay.
All right, Justin said C. He hasn't been good tonight. I'm going to go B.
All right. Our answer, which actually my mama went ahead and said first, is C. Last a very short time. That is our answer.
All right.
Well done. Good job, Mama.
Obviously, this show didn't do that. All right. So, gentlemen, we are here on the back end. 2 weeks, you guys get a chance again to go after a $25 gift card to Mr. B's. All right. We will keep going until that gift card's done. Then we will switch up to another place. Please stay tuned because we do have a special guest joining us in July. I know it's a little bit further out, but I am very excited to have this guy on with us. So, guys ready to say goodnight?
Oh, yeah.
All right. Vinny, tell them goodnight.
Hey, have a great night, everybody.
Bri, God bless them.
Yep. God bless you. God bless your family. God bless America.
I am that fat guy. Guys, thank you, everybody, for chiming in, watching. We will get this trivia going again soon. We'll give away $25. We want to thank our troops, our first responders. Thank you guys so much for everything that you guys do for us. Cannot thank you enough. And on that note, what was the word of the day?
Ephemeral.
Ephemeral. We're uncorked, unloaded. We're out. See ya.